Sapphire Comic Sanctuary here, bringing you my new comic book day polls and non-spoiler reviews. This week was one of my light weeks, which I greatly appreciate. The last few weeks have been heavy. But without further ado, let's head on in, and thank you for watching, and let's go over my polls for this week. First up, we got Gwen Stacy number 2. I understand a lot of people don't really care much for Gwen Stacy because, well, she died in one of her Spider-Gwen series. So there's not much else to learn, but this is great to learn about her high school life before she took up the Spider-Gwen name. And this was pretty good. She's hunting for clues to help prove that her father didn't shoot the criminal that shot at him. And we're introduced to a new character at the very end of the book. And there's a couple of salutes to some treasured Spider-Man characters like Green Goblin and Osborn. I enjoy this. I didn't read Ghost Spider, but I think I might while it's still under 10 issues. It's not too expensive. I get 20% off in my local comic shop, anyways. And I really enjoy this. The series is good. I am always up for a good detective comic, and this definitely makes that. But anyway, she's working on helping collect more details for her dad to not just retire and not pursue justice against this criminal. Good book. Right, next up we have Greg Pak's Darth Vader number 2. Oh yes, this book was good. That lady looks a lot like Padme on the front of the cover, does it not? Well, I can't go into the book too much, but you learn who this Padme-like character is. Can't really say much, but I did enjoy this book. I am really liking where this Darth Vader series is going. Like I said, it's a good book. You learn about this Padme lookalike and a couple of other things, and how Vader is still crossing between Anakin and Darth Vader at this time. This also took place. This is taking place between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, I believe. So good read. Like I said, can't say anything about that book because I would spoil it right away. But you might be able to plug 2 and 2 together already. All right, so here we have Star Wars Bounty Hunters, the third book to come out for in between Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back. Here we learn about the bounty hunter side of things, about kind of how ruthless being a bounty hunter is, and how you can't really say anything bad, or that might spell absolute disaster for you. I found this to be a good comic, and I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to add it to my poll list on Wednesday when I go back. Good comic. And also there's you kind of learn about what Boba Fett did after he took Han Solo in Carbonite. So good read. Alright, next up is the DC Comics that I pulled. Here we have Wonder Woman 753 in the Legacy numbering. The fight, Iron Maiden and Wonder Woman finish up their story arc in here, and we learn more about these horsewomen that Wonder Woman's latest enemies are trying to collect and bring together. And basically, this is Wonder Woman telling Iron Maiden's like, hey, you're not in medieval times, you're in modern times. Killing someone is really, really bad and against the law. And you get branded a murderer. But we learn about the resolution there, and my cat is going crazy. What you got there? Oh, he's got his little toy. Really good book. I'm liking where Wonder Woman's going in this arc. I do worry because I did read that Steve Orlando's actually leaving the writing position for Wonder Woman. So I'm hoping the lady that's taking over can prove us wrong and keep Wonder Woman Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman does not sit in front of the television and eats chips all day. She's out there fighting, defending those that she loves. So good read. I liked it. Right, next up we have Ruby number 6 and 7. I got both covers because, well, I'm subscribed to both covers, so to help not make my comic shop upset, I just bought both. I got the Type A cover with Blake Belladonna here, and I got another Art Germ cover with Team Ruby on it. This was a really good read. Basically, we learn about Yang's courage that she developed after talking to an old lady that she helped out often. And she comes across a couple of bandits that try to steal her valuables. And she Yang being Yang, pretty much destroys them, sends them on their way, sends them packing. And then we go to learn more about Blake Belladonna's side of the story, about her struggles since leaving Adam Taurus behind. And Adam Taurus is a ruthless villain in the world of Remnant and the Ruby storyline. He's very central to the story in volume 6 and before all that. So here she's seeking. She comes across one of the widows from someone's husband who was actually murdered by Adam Taurus. And she's like, if you want your revenge, take it out on me. So she's just trying to learn to live with the guilt of what happened and doing what she can to seek some forgiveness. But again, I really enjoy this. This is giving a lot of insight to help better understand certain events in the most recent volumes of Ruby from Rooster Teeth. So a good book. Gonna keep reading it. Next up is Batman's Grave. I unfortunately don't recall much of this book. It's a good detective comic, and it really shows Batman in his prime as being the greatest detective of all time. He's escaping Arkham Asylum with Jim Gordon. And then they reach one of his colleagues that turned up dead. So Batman, being Batman, goes into full-on detective mode to understand, did you solve your own murder? This has been an extremely good series. Probably the I would say that's pretty tied with Detective Comics. And I've been enjoying it, so we'll see where book 7 goes. Allison's doing a really, really good job with this book. Don't want to say too much more about it. Right, next up we have Joelle Jones' final Catwoman issue. I enjoyed Joelle Jones' Catwoman run. I understand there are reviewers out there that just slammed her for her storytelling. I'm not going to do that. The only thing that I think Joelle Jones could have done is she probably didn't need to drag out the Villa Hermosa arc over 21 issues. She could probably have done it in about 10 or so. And then make books 11 through 15 Catwoman's journey back to Gotham. And then 16 through 20 finding Batman, and then starting a brand new story in 21 that tells another side of Post City of Bane. But I personally enjoyed Catwoman 21. Catwoman Catwoman fights off a horde of zombies. Lazarus Spitwater spiked with something that Raina Creel put in there. And she makes her way up to Raina Creel. We get a little bit of a backstory on Catwoman's history. About her mother who killed herself, her dad who died by alcohol poisoning, and a couple of other things. And she asked Raina Creel a couple of important questions, but before Creel could even provide an answer, her son Adam comes and rips out her throat, killing Raina Creel. So basically what that panel is saying is making things right. I know I said non-spoilers, but I just spoiled it, so I do apologize. But good read. Looking forward to what the next creative team does for Catwoman in 22, and there's Catwoman's 80th anniversary coming out too soon. So that'll be really interesting to read as well. So, good book. Okay, runner-up for pick of the week is going to be Thor number 4. I was going to drop this around book 2, but I'm like, you know what? Let me give it 4 books. See if the story goes anywhere, and the story goes somewhere. Thor meets up. I honestly forgot their name, but meets up with her to explain why he's doing what he's doing, helping Galactus devour these 5 planets to fight off the Black Winter. And we go through all that. I don't want to say too much about this because I don't want to spoil it, but it's a really good book. And there's a really cool plot point at the end. That's all I'm going to say. So Donny Cates is doing really good with Thor, and this is probably one of Marvel's strongest superhero books out right now. That's not like the other side of the universe with Agents of Atlas, Atlantis Attacks, that type of stuff. So good read. All right, next up we have my pick of the week, and that is going to go to Charles Soule, Star Wars: The Rise of Kylo Ren, number 4 out of 4. Wow. Why did they not put books 1 through 4 in the movies? That would have made the new trilogy so much better. Disney, you should have taken notes from the comic book writers before doing what you did. Just gonna say. But really good read. We learn about how Kylo Ren became Kylo Ren. And they go to get an artifact, but the original Ren's like, I don't think you're quite up to snuff. So he goes through some things, and we see him fall to the dark side, sort of. And I found this to be a really, really good read. Oh, and there's like several plot twists in like the last 5 pages of this book. So really awesome book. Really enjoyed this. Honestly, if there's more they could do with Kylo Ren in the comics, please, that would be awesome. But I understand that there probably isn't, because shortly after this book ended, Force Awakens probably started. But I really enjoyed it, so that's why it's my pick of the week. Yeah, glad I picked that up. And that's actually already going to a second printing too, by the way, guys. Anyways, thank you guys for watching my new Comic Book Day non-spoiler review, which I accidentally spoiled Catwoman 21. My apologies for that. For March 11th, 2020. Anyways, guys, if you liked the video, leave a comment down below. What did you pull this week? What did you like? What didn't you like? What are you looking forward to in the comic world? If you like the content a lot, subscribe to my channel. It'll helps me a lot. And if you really want to be first to see my videos when they go live, just hit that notification bell up in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Anyways, guys, thank you again. And this is Adam from Sapphire Comic Sanctuary signing out. Stay safe. I know the world's a little crazy right now. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.